Hello everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing a quick tarot reading to see what your person thinks of you. Okay, so we are going to be taking a look at what they think about you and what they think and feel about the connection that the both of you share. With that said, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. And with that said, for pile 1, we have Snowflake Obsidian. For pile 2, we have Tiger's Eye. And for pile 3, we have Smoky Quartz. Hello there, my pile 1s. Let's take a look at what your person is currently thinking about you and about the connection that you share with them. Okay, my pile 1s, let's see, what does your person currently think about you and about the connection? Okay, we start out with the Page of Wands. The Sun. We have the Eight of Wands. Let's get one more card out here. And we have the Queen of Wands. So there's a lot of fire, a lot of heat, a lot of passion taking place, let's say, within this connection. There's a lot of communication. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest, because there's certainly a lot of communication taking place, perhaps, between you and your person. I feel like that's a major aspect of something that's going on within this connection right now. We start out with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands to me it's really a card of, like, let's say, socializing. It's a card of making plans, hanging out with people. And in this case, it seems like this person wants to make a lot of plans with you, or they have been making a lot of plans with you. The Page of Wands can represent someone that's very passionate, and it just seems to me that this person feels very passionately about this connection. They're very excited for it. Even the Eight of Wands is a card that has a great deal of excitement surrounding it, and it just feels like to me this person thus is thinking about you very positively, and they're feeling very excited about what's to come in regard to this connection. The Page of Wands to me is going to show that this person is putting an effort to see you, communicate with you, etc. This person feels very passionately about you and about the connection and where it could lead to. Page of Wands is going to represent, or can represent, that maybe for most of us this is a fresher or newer connection. This might be a fresher or newer relationship, that's just sort of budding at this point in time. But that Page of Wands is definitely going to indicate that there's plans being made, communication being had, and genuinely enjoying the time that you get to spend with one another. The Sun is a card of hope, positivity, optimism, authenticity, truthfulness, honesty. It just seems like to me we've been having some very open and honest conversations with this person. The dialogue between the both of you is very healthy and very loving. I feel like the Sun is a card which is going to signify that both of you feel very comfortable being yourselves around one another. I feel like the Sun is going to represent that there's been a lot of truth being said in regard to how you feel about them and how they feel about you. This is very much so, possibly for most of us, something that has been, you both have been communicating the way in which you're feeling to one another. Both of you feel comfortable being yourselves around one another. Both of you feel very happy and positive about the connection right now and where you both see the connection going. And really, it just seems to me that this is a genuine, authentic person, and they view you as being someone who is very genuine and has been very authentic with them. I feel like right now, especially, let's move forward to the Eight of Wands, Eight of Wands to me is a very quick moving card. It's a card that's going to represent excitement and passion and energy and motivation. And it just seems like to me, again, like this person is very motivated to spend time with you, to hang out with you, to go on dates with you, to communicate with you. This person must be, or seems to be, putting in a lot of time, effort, and energy, and it seems as though their effort and their energy is being reciprocated by you. There's a lot of excitement here, and I feel like this is an especially sweet message if we do have an established relationship with this person, because it's this indication of, like, even though the relationship might not be like fresh or new any longer because of how long y'all have been together, this person still feels very excited about the relationship. There's still a lot of passion within this relationship, etc., and so on. But that Eight of Wands is going to indicate, again, communication. It's going to indicate there being a lot of excitement about what's to come, a lot of excitement about what's already been going on. That this person genuinely loves and has a great time when the both of you spend time with one another. I feel like the Eight of Wands could also be an indication, especially since it's quick moving. It could be an indication that certain aspects of this relationship went, very quickly. Like maybe we hooked up with this person soon into the relationship. Maybe we became exclusive after only a couple of dates, etc., and so on. So it could also be speaking to the time frame that certain aspects of this connection have been very quick moving. However, I also feel like it's representative of the time frame of what's yet to come. That this is going to be a relationship that takes off, that this is going to be something that happens between you and this person very soon into the near future, that this is something that's already happening for the most part. But when it comes to making positive movement forward, deepening the level of commitment, etc., that's something that's coming up very shortly. I feel like with the Queen of Wands, as I usually dub her, is the sexiest of all the queens. The Queen of Wands would indicate that this person thinks that you are very physically attractive, and they also feel like there is a wonderful amount of physical intimacy that takes place within this connection. I feel like the Queen of Wands, though, it's also going to represent that this person views you in a very, I don't know the right phrase to say, but they view you in a very positive light, is the phrase I can think of. They view you as being somebody that's very independent, successful, someone that's got a lot going on in their lives, but you always seem to be able to devote time, effort, and energy to your relationship with them as well. They view you as being someone who, I guess I think I just said it, but like you have a lot going for you. You have a lot going on in your life, but you have a lot going for you as well. They view you as being someone who's continuously growing, and you continuously put yourself out there in order to be successful or in order to accomplish your goals, and that's something that they admire about you. The last thing I want to do before I let you go, pile one, is just pull a couple of love oracle cards from this deck for any further messages about how this person is thinking and feeling about the connection and about you. So we start out with cheers, which is lovely to see. New beginnings, anniversary, milestone, date, celebration, meeting new people, and happiness. Happiness, I would say, is one of the major things that's taking place within this connection right now. I feel like the both of you are very happy. The both of you feel very positively about what's going on right now and what you see as far as the future with one another. Just all in all, there really seems to be, this seems to be a very happy relationship that the both of you have. I feel like the two of you are perhaps dating. The two of you, for some of us, again, it's a fresh new connection. Just all in all, there's a lot of happy times and good vibes taking place within this connection at this point in time. Okay, we have the Talking Again card, which maybe for some of us, we are reconnecting with this person. I don't really feel like that's one of the main aspects of this reading. There was really nothing else throughout the tarot cards, but again, maybe for some of us it resonates. This is somebody that's re-entered our life, somebody that we are reconnecting with. But on this card, we also have texting, open up a dialogue, again with the second chance, and then back in each other's worlds. Now, one thing that I want to say with that card is the texting and the opening up a dialogue, I do feel like there is quick communication that consistently goes on between the both of you. So one main aspect of this connection at times could be the both of you texting one another back and forth. But aside from that, I feel like there's many conversations in person, perhaps many conversations on the phone. The two of you seem to like to talk a lot. Like both of you know how to perhaps yap. And I'm saying that especially because of all of these wands, all of these communication cards that jumped out here today. When it comes to that back in each other's worlds, okay, yes, maybe for a small minority of us, we are reconnecting with someone. But when it comes to that, just in general, being in one another's world, I feel like that's what the two of you are doing right now, and you're really liking the results that are taking place. Like, you are perhaps introducing this person into your life. Maybe they're meeting your friends, and vice versa. Maybe they're introducing you to their parents and to their friends, and you guys are doing all of these, fun things together. But you're seeing how the both of you fit into one another's worlds right now, and ultimately feel even more positive about the direction that this relationship is heading in, or could head in. Like, you're finding that you both fit very well in one another's world. So I hope that that makes sense. Let's get at least one more card out here. Okay, we have got exclusive jumping out here today. Girlfriend, boyfriend, commitment, possible marriage material, or life partner, not dating other people. I feel like, again, for those of us that maybe either aren't in a relationship or aren't exclusive with this person yet, I do feel like that's what's coming up. That's what's coming up next. And it's something that's coming up rather quickly within this connection. All in all, I feel like this connection is one where the deepening of the level of commitment is something that's going to continuously occur. So I hope, again, that makes sense in some way. And let's get one more card out here, my pile ones. And we have Made with Love. And then at the bottom of this deck was No, You Hang Up. So I'm just going to leave it there. Lengthy, exciting conversations, a lot to talk about, into each other, meaningful, giddy, a lot in common. I feel like, really, this is something that's been taking place. I feel like the communication between the both of you is very happy, very healthy. Made with Love will bring up a gift from the heart, sentimental, an offering or contribution, try new things, being there or being supportive. Very likely that this person could surprise you with a little gift. Maybe maybe this is confirmation for some of us, because maybe we did just receive something from this person. But all in all, I also feel like this at times has been a very fun, exciting, perhaps even fast moving connection. This is a connection where the two of you, as far as this is making it seem, you make each other laugh. You go out, you have fun together. Just all in all, it seems like there's a lot of joy and happiness that's taking place within this connection. And I feel like the more, and not only that, but I would say that the sex is pretty fucking fantastic when it comes to this connection as well. But I like that the Made with Love card also brings up being there and being supportive, because I feel like throughout this connection, or maybe even right now, physical intimacy has more so been explored between the both of you, but I do feel like the emotional intimacy between the both of you is continuing to grow. And it's continuing to evolve, and this connection is one which can continue to grow and can continue to evolve. Okay, I feel like there's a lot that the both of you have in common. I feel like the two of you really, really, really like one another, and maybe even if we've been with this person for a while, it's like the both of you love one another very, very, very much, and you still like one another. You still like spending time with one another, etc., and so on. All in all, this was a very lovely, fun little read, and I feel like there's a lot of potential for this connection to continue to, have a very, very happy and healthy relationship maintained with one another. So I hope that makes sense, my pile ones. Thank you so, so much for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, pile 2, my tiger's eye pile. Let's take a look at what your person is currently thinking about you and about the connection that you share with them. So pile 2, let's see, what is your person currently thinking and feeling about you and about the connection? We lost a card to the floor, and that card is the Hermit. Okay, we have the Hermit, we have the Star, we have the 5 of Cups, and we have the 6 of Swords. I kind of want to pull maybe one more card to see if they're moving forward toward you or perhaps away. And then we start out with the Moon. So pile 2, take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm already going to say, like, this might not be the most positive of readings, but I do feel like it's got a lot more to do with your person than it has to do with you. So we start out with the Hermit. The Hermit's immediately going to bring forth the message that at this point in time, your person is, you know, taking time to themselves, for themselves, by themselves. Like they have separated themselves from this connection. Maybe for some of us, we are in separation with this person. Whatever the case might be, this person seems to be going on their own soul-searching, introspective journey with that Hermit card. Part of the reason why, perhaps, as we move forward to the Star, there's a lot of hope that they had, like that they have / once had in regard to this connection. But the Star is a card which can represent unattainability and idealism. And there's something about this connection at times with you that they just feel like is, you know, out of their reach. I'm not sure how that's going to make sense or resonate for you, but that's the way that it's coming through. So they're taking time to themselves and they feel like this connection and or you are out of their reach. Now we move forward to the 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups can bring up a couple of different things. It will bring up heartbreak. It will bring up heartbreak. It will bring up sadness, depression, betrayal. It'll bring up insecurities, things that are going on with this person mentally and emotionally, them not feeling good enough. And I feel like that's where this reading begins to break off into maybe like some subcategories, where for some of us, this person feels like we are unattainable or out of their reach because they don't have the confidence to make positive movement forward toward us. For others, that 5 of Cups could be coming through because this person knows that they've hurt you in the past, or they know that they have not been the best partner or person toward you in the past, and that's why they feel like you are out of their reach. So for some of us, this could be an ex, and for others, it could be a relationship or a connection that never really, you know, got off the ground, or whatever the hell that expression is. Like, and part of that due to your person's insecurities and their inability to open up about the way in which they feel. So, but for others, it's like this person feels like you are unattainable to them, and they're giving you your space because they know that they have hurt you, or they know that they have not been there for you in the way that you would have needed them to. For some of us, it could be that we got cheated on by this person. For others, it could be that this person was not prioritizing us, and that led to the downfall of the relationship. You know, amongst a slew of other issues that could have been taking place at times within your relationship with this person. So either way you slice it, I feel like we're in separation. This person feels like we are unattainable, and it's either due to their insecurity or it's due to their past actions. When we move forward to the 6 of Swords, the 6 of Swords is a card of positive movement forward, of progress, of stability and security, and of moving on. And I feel like when it comes to that 5 of Cups being followed by the 6 of Swords, there's this indication that your person is trying to heal and move on from the connection. And especially since this is, you know, what it is that they think of you, they could very well be thinking right now that you are heartbroken by whatever their actions were, and now you are healing and moving on. So I feel like that message is twofold, and it has a lot to do with this person's perception of you and what you are perhaps doing right now in regard to your connection with them. You know, they might feel like you are isolating yourself, or that you cut them out of your life. They might feel like you are unattainable to them. They might feel like they know they've hurt you and that you are still hurt, and that you're trying to get away from them. And then we end with the moon. And the moon is a card, of course, of lies and deception. But it's also a card of like either things not being clear, feelings being muddied. It could be a card of like things that are kind of, you know, lurking beneath the surface. And what I take from the moon there is that actually there's a couple of different things. Like the first thing I felt drawn to saying was, we might not ever get the type of closure that we are seeking from this person. And I would like to let you know that that's totally okay. And part of the reason why that's totally okay, it's so not funny, but I was just having this conversation with somebody yesterday. When we seek closure from somebody else, we're never going to get exactly what it is that we were looking for, because that person's not going to behave in the way that we are hoping they would. And I feel like a lot of times that makes something like closure from somebody else, unsatisfying. Like, obviously it's unsatisfying, but it's just like, we don't need to seek closure from somebody else, because they're never going to give us that closure in the way that we would hope or the way that we would need. And that might make us feel more discouraged or more disappointed or more heartbroken than we even were to begin with. So if we're seeking closure from this person, it's either we're not going to get it, or especially it's in that message of like, we're never going to get it the way that we hope to receive it. I hope that makes sense. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. This is what's coming through here today. The other aspect of this, though, especially for those of us where maybe this connection never really took off, I feel like the moon is indicating that the feelings that this person has for you are always going to remain unseen. In the sense that this person is not going to say what they need to say. This person's going to let their insecurities win. This person's going to move on, and this person's never going to tell you how they feel. As always, take what resonates. But like, I'm sorry to use like a definite word like never, but that's what this reading is reading as. You know, like that this person's going to let their insecurities win. They're going to move on, and they might not ever express to you the way in which they are feeling. Either way you slice it, I feel like right now what we could be doing for ourselves is taking time to focus on things like self-love, self-care, and self-healing. Taking time to focus on what it is that we love to do, focusing on personal enjoyment, focusing on our support system that is surrounding us, focusing on, again, healing, moving on, moving forward. And I feel like when it comes to your person's perspective of you, again, they're viewing you as somebody who is moving on. I don't obviously know where you're at, but their perception is that you are moving on from this situation, and the waters are going to continue to be muddied. You're not going to express yourself to them either. Like, let's say if this has to deal with your person's insecurities, your person's mindset is that this is over, you're moving on, and whatever was left unsaid will remain left unsaid. If you are somebody where it resonates for you that this is an ex, your person's looking at you as somebody whose heart they have broken. They look at you as somebody who has moved on, and they're looking at you as somebody who's not going to want their explanation. So I hope that this makes sense in some way, shape, or form. Let's get some oracle cards out here from the Love Oracle deck, just for some additional messages that might be coming through. Okay, we start out with the card Fake Profile, Liar, Scammer, Creeper Alert, do a background check, not genuinely interested, not who you think. Of course, that could be a theme for some of us where we had some type of betrayal or dealt with this person lying and deceiving us if we were in a relationship with them, etc., and so on. You know, we might view this person as being someone who was, you know, disingenuous with us while we were with them, or while we were entertaining the idea of being with them. Okay, we have the Hammer card. Sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. Now, I feel like for some of us, this could be a pattern regardless of if this is someone who you never really got, like somebody who you never really had a relationship with, or if this is somebody that's an ex. There might have been certain relationship patterns that were taking place and that repeated themselves throughout the relationship or throughout the, you know, connection that the two of you shared. You know, it could be that this person was constantly self-sabotaging, and it's they're either self-sabotaging via their self-limiting beliefs and insecurities, or they're self-sabotaging by way of not treating you well, or lying and deceiving and being disingenuous. So take it as it resonates, but I do feel like that's indicating that this person is someone who was not the best and the brightest relationship partner, or this is someone who has a habit of letting their insecurities and their limiting beliefs rule them. Let's get one or two more cards, my pile twos. Okay, we start out with wicked, mischievous, naughty, harmful, dangerous, false portrayal, lie, cheat, beware. Either way you slice it, this person was not worth your time. This is now the fourth card actually that speaks to there being some type of lying or betrayal taking place. So either way you slice it, this person was not worth your time, and they were at times not who you thought that they were. And then we have sorry, not sorry. Friction, sarcasm, false apology, apathy, forgive, make amends, harboring hurt or resentment. First and foremost, pile two, this brings me back to what I was saying about closure a couple of minutes ago. You know, like this person is not going to give you the closure or the apology that you are hoping for. This isn't someone, if you want to continue to go off on your own, this is certainly not someone that you need to make amends with. What this is though is a situation that we need to heal from, grow from, evolve from. I would recommend placing a focus on things such as self-love and self-care. You know, I always recommend meditation, introspection, therapy, reiki, self-love, and self-care. I would recommend grounding oneself, doing shadow work, doing, you know, breathing exercises, breath work, breathing techniques, whatever the hell it is that you like to do to make yourself feel better, you know. Read your favorite book, watch your favorite movie, take some time for personal enjoyment, go for a hike, whatever it is that you like to do, it's time to start focusing on loving yourself, taking care of yourself, and healing yourself, and moving on and moving forward from this connection. I hope that makes sense. My pile twos, I hope it makes sense. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. But thank you, my pile twos, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend. Hello, pile three. Let's take a look at what your person is currently thinking about you. What are they thinking and feeling about the connection that you share with one another, my pile threes? Let's take a look. Okay, we start out with the Knight of Cups, the Chariot, the Nine of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. What a beautiful little spread, my pile three. So all in all, there's a lot of positivity here. This connection seems to be going in the right direction. And it just seems like to me kind of like two little lovebirds, like two little lovebirds right now, between you and your person. So we start out with the Knight of Cups. I feel like the Knight of Cups is a really nice card to see first because it's a strong indication that your person's making positive movement forward toward you in a romantic way. It's going to represent deepening the level of commitment in some way, shape, or form. The Knight of Cups is indicative of a romantic gesture. So if we are dating this person, expect to, or like even like, let's say if this is somebody that we have a crush on, expect to get asked out. If this is somebody that we are dating, then expect exclusivity. And then if you guys are already exclusive, your boyfriend and girlfriend, then this relationship is continuing to head toward things such as moving in together, engagement, etc. It just seems as though starting with that Knight of Cups is a very strong message that, and not only that, but the Chariot is a card which can also be indicative of positive movement forward. So there's a lot taking place here in regard to you and your person moving forward with one another, starting to plan a future with one another, starting to work toward that future together, especially with the Chariot, because the Chariot is a card of hard work and determination, and what relationship does not require hard work and determination. To me, between this Knight of Cups and the Chariot, there's a strong indication of fulfilling one another romantically, but at the same time, both of you are taking actual practical steps forward. Now, some of those actual practical steps forward could be like the asking out, the becoming exclusive. But I also feel like, especially for more so established relationships, it's an indication of how we're both working toward that same future together. We're being there for one another. We're supportive of one another. Like, we're kind to one another. We love one another. We help one another overcome any obstacles that might be in the other person's way. It just seems like to me that there's a lot of love here, and both of you are willing to continue to put in time, effort, and energy in order to overcome whatever may be going on in either one of your lives. Like, for me, that makes sense in the way of, like, certain things that you've needed support with, your person has had your back the whole time, and certain things that they've needed support with, you've had their back the entire time. There's just this real sense between these two cards of how the both of you are there for one another. Almost like that, like giving ride or die types of vibes here. Like the two of you really have one another's backs. And I feel like, again, there's romantic ooey gooey mushy gushy shit happening between the both of you, but there's also real practical things that each of you are doing in order to move this connection forward, which is so important to see, especially because there's that indication of words matching actions and actions matching words. Like, you two are both really doing what it is that you say you're going to do. And there just seems to be a lot of love that the both of you have for one another, or maybe at this point, a lot of like that the both of you have for one another. When we move forward to the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups will bring up wish fulfillment. In regard to how this person is thinking and feeling about you, this person feels like this is a dream come true. They feel like they have found their person, and the Ten of Cups absolutely backs up that sentiment. For me, there's just this strong indication for both of you. Like, your partner has a lot of the qualities that you have been searching for in a romantic partner, and you have the qualities that your person's been looking for in a romantic partner. So in a lot of ways, this does feel like ultimate romantic fulfillment. It feels like the both of you met your match, or you've met the one. It just seems like to me the two of you, even with that Nine of Cups, like the Nine of Cups is also a card for me that brings up a perfect blend of emotional and physical intimacy. To me, that's going to indicate that the physically intimate side of this connection is very strong and very happy and very healthy. And when it comes to the emotional intimacy between the both of you, there's a lot of comfort. There's a lot of companionship. There's a lot of compatibility. The two of you seem to understand and get one another in a deeper emotional way. And the emotional bond between the both of you seems to be growing and evolving along with the physical bond that the both of you have. Lastly, we have the Ten of Cups. romantic fulfillment. This is somebody that you are considering settling down with, and you are certainly somebody that your person wants to settle down with. You know, your person is putting in work in whatever way they can in order to move you all forward to the, you know, picture of this 10 of Cups, the happy family card, as I like to dub it. That this person really has strong feelings for you, strong romantic feelings for you. This person is going to do whatever it is that they need to do to show you, provide for you, be there for you, support you. I feel like this person feels that same vibe from you, that you are there for them, that you love them, that you want to be with them, etc., and so on. To me, it just seems as though this is a connection that was strong from the start and is going to continue to be strong. And I feel like that's because the two of you really want and really see a future with one another. And there's strong chemistry, there's strong intimacy, either any way you want to slice it. So I hope that that makes sense. Let's get some oracle cards out here and see what else this person is thinking and feeling. So we start out with the engagement ring card, which I feel like is a perfect place to start, along with the Knight of Cups, which started out the tarot cards. There's just this indication that you and your person see a future with one another, and when it comes to that Knight of Cups, this person is thinking, and they are thinking that they are going to, and they are feeling that they are going to continue to make positive movement forward toward you, continue to deepen the level of commitment between the both of you. You know, their feelings for you, like the romance is strong here, etc. But this person's also taking practical steps to allow for you to continue to move forward toward a future together. And as are you. I feel like you're doing the same thing in regard to this person. Let's get... Oh, we've got Stork coming out. A new edition, ideas manifested, pregnancy, baby, child, children, family, good news, and inspiration. That could be an indication that if we are not looking to have the happy family card happen in our life 9 months from now, it might be a good idea to use some protection. But at the end of the day, there's a very strong indication yet again. You and your person are seeing the same future take place. Like, both of you want that same future. Both of you want that happy family card. You know, both of you see that this connection and this relationship has the potential to be lifelong and long-term. So I hope that that makes sense. Let's get 2 more cards out here, my pile 3s. We have Love Call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. Which to me is just going to indicate that there's very healthy communication between the both of you, that the two of you communicate with one another very openly, that there's the expression of feelings. Like the Knight of Cups is going to bring that up, but I don't think I mentioned it. The Knight of Cups is going to bring up that we are very open with our emotions with one another. You know, we feel very emotionally fulfilled. Our emotional needs are being met. And I just feel like the Love Call card is then going to sum up that the two of you consistently show and speak to one another in a loving way. Let's get one last card. We've got personality traits coming out, and the personality traits is going to bring up funny, great personality, compatible, resonance and connection, sunny and light interactions. All in all, I feel like this is speaking to the happy vibes and good times that the both of you seem to be having with one another. I feel like that's going to bring up how much compatibility there really is. And going back to the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups at times can be a card that's representative of personal enjoyment and what we do for our own fulfillment. And I feel like there's a huge possibility that the both of you have some of that in common. You know, like the two of you seem to share core values with one another, and life goals with one another, but there's also a lot of compatibility when it comes to hobbies that the both of you enjoy, or types of movies that the both of you enjoy, like whatever the case might be. There's just a lot of compatibility within this connection. This person's very attracted to you physically, but they're also very attracted to your great personality as well. And there's also, again, resonance in the connection. Like the two of you approach this relationship similarly. And the way that the both of you can resonate with one another and see things from one another's perspectives. And the way that this connection is one that's both emotional and physically intimate. The way that this connection just seems to keep growing. And the bond between the both of you is getting stronger. There's just, the two of you have, like, let's say that within this connection, the two of you are going to learn a lot and grow a lot with one another and from one another. And ultimately, I feel like the both of you have a very, very long-term relationship between the both of you, or will have a very long-term relationship between the both of you. It just seems like the two of you met your match. I really, really hope that this resonates with you, because it's been such a lovely little spread. Thank you so, so, so much, my Pile 3s, for allowing me to read for you today. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend.